Hello, everyone.
And welcome to the AARMY Podcast.
So, a while ago, I think it was like 2 days ago as of recording today, I said on my stream that I had a surprise for you guys, and this is the surprise. Me and Brian have made a podcast. So, we're going to be talking about today, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the foundings of the AARMY and all its different stages and everything. But in future episodes, we're probably also going to be talking about like game theories that we have and stuff like that. A whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah. So we started out with zero. We got ownership from zero from the people that owned it. They just kind of left. Then we started Nope as our first try for a clan.
Oh, you mean? Oh, well, actually, I can talk about Zero.
Yeah, true.
Well, you really weren't in that though.
No, not for long. And Fate came a little bit before Nope, but we were in Fate for a while as well.
Fate lasted the longest. AARMY actually.
AARMY's lasted the light. AARMY's birthday is
I think
pretty
it just
soon.
passed. It's five. It's five something.
Yeah,
It's 5-1.
yeah. AARMY's first birthday just passed this week, so
Oh, yeah,
pretty
shit.
old.
We forgot to do
I
the
streamed. I
birthday.
streamed on. I know.
Oh,
I
you
streamed
did?
on. I did. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, happy birthday to AARMY. It's a year old.
That's one reason why we're actually recording this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the way AARMY actually started was way back when COVID first hit. Me and
I
Brian were
remember.
very
Oh,
bored.
yeah.
We were very
Yeah,
bored.
so you
So
guys
so
are
we
gonna
did
laugh at
something.
this.
We did something. We would have to stay 6 feet apart. So
Yeah.
I would grab my bike, drive to his house, and he would be on one side of the street and I would be on the other, and we would ride our bikes parallel and just kind of talk to each other, right? And it was at this time, and we would play Fortnite when we weren't doing that with each other. And it was at this time that we wanted to start a clan, so we were thinking about names.
And this was the first time we actually previously deleted COD because COD then you had two options. Open your PC or play or install COD.
Yeah, it was. It was and still is a monumental game. It's so big.
It wasn't that bad for me, the game wise, but Dylan deleted it and I still played it for a bit. This was around season 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Maybe a bit
we
after.
I deleted the game 4 days after the stadium blew up,
Yeah,
and you could go inside.
yeah. And
So
so
after that, we kind of.
I deleted COD because my graphics were so bad that I could go under the map. Like
I remember that.
Internet,
I
my
remember
internet
that.
was so bad at one time where I would literally fall through the map and come back and just keep falling through. I would be on the surface of the map and I would just fall through the map, come back, fall through and come back.
So we started playing Fortnite, and it took us like a week. Right, we didn't know what to name our clan. We went through a whole bunch of different names.
And I can tell
Brian
you,
ended up thinking of the name.
I thought of the name. So I thought of Unknown Army, right? And as I was thinking of that, I was thinking of like how he was like one of the best controller players in the world. And I was playing, and this, no joke, this Manic skin came out of nowhere, scared the absolute crap out of me, and just one pumped me in the face. And I looked at his name, and it was like Anonymous 2 something. And I was like, Anonymous Army.
There we go, and that's how the name happened. And then
actually, I can give you the exact date. It was 5/1/2020, I believe, or 2019. I believe it was 2020. 5/1/2020, 6:58 p.m.
So when we thought of the name, I immediately went home. We got on the phone, and we talked about it. And then the next day, I believe, is when the logo came up. We started thinking about the logo, and it took us like another week.
I mastered the logo.
It took us like another week to think of the logo again.
Well, we both thought of the logo, but I was the one to master the picture.
I think I still have. I have the drawing I drew.
Sad? I don't have the drawing anymore.
That's what I drew. And that also was at 6:58 p.m.
That's not the actual logo. That was one of the scraps we made.
Yeah, that was one of the This was also made at 6:50.
I wish I could pull up a picture, but
I also have here. This is AARMY's binder. I have the official logo in here as well, I believe. Here is the one I drew in color. That same version of the draft. This is when we were thinking about the colors of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put pictures in the podcast of those. All that, what happened after that is we just started basically making it a clan. We both changed our names in Fortnite to have AARMY in it. We just started dumpstering people, basically, is what we were doing. Just absolutely crapping on people's careers in Fortnite. Eventually, we started looking for more members, and this is where the saga of Blank FN happens. So you might hear us say on stream something about Blank and how bad he is, right?
Yeah, they don't really know much about that.
So what happened is we were looking for members, and I'm perusing through YouTube looking for videos titled "I'm looking for a Fortnite clan." I find this guy, post a comment. He asks for my IG, give him his IG. We start DMing. I'm like, hey, okay, this guy wants to be in our clan. He wants to do the Trios Cash Cup with us. So we're like, okay. We get on 30 minutes before the Cash Cup. Yeah, he was good. He was good. We get on 30 minutes before the Cash Cup. We start doing some arena. We're playing arena, right? We get to like end game. There's like 5 minutes left until the Cash Cup starts, and all of a sudden he just goes like this. He just says, "Hey, I have to go eat dinner. I'll be back soon." Now, keep this in mind. This is after he's already like stood us up twice to play creative, but we just kind of thought that was like, oh, maybe he had something to do, right? So he has to go eat dinner. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, he leaves our party, joins a party with another 2 people, and it literally says playing Trios Cash Cup.
Yeah.
Refuses to answer my DMs. The next day, blocks me on Instagram, and stops responding to my YouTube comments out of nowhere. And
the funny part is after that he kept playing with me.
Yeah, he changed his YouTube name. It's no longer Blank. I have no idea what it is now. Yeah, so after that we kind of stopped trying to look for members for a little bit because we were kind of
we had already previously looked at a few members and then did similar things to that.
So we kind of stopped after that, and that's when we started thinking, okay, maybe AARMY shouldn't just be a gaming clan that just people like are in. Like, oh, I'm in AARMY. Maybe it should be an esports team too. So that's when we made the AARMY esports team, which I'll show you a picture of the contract in the podcast.
You'll go flash it on the screen right now.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you. I've got like 15 copies of it.
I remember when we made the contract.
There it is. And, yeah, so, basically...
Another thing about AARMY.
So, we make the contract. AARMY's kind of getting bigger, We went through a lot of different people to join. Then, the creation of our Discord server happened. AARMY has their own Discord server. And, you can join it, and through the Discord server, raise through the ranks of AARMY to maybe even eventually being in the straight clan. Yeah. I can put a link to the Discord server in the description of the video. Our
first member has wanted to join, like he joined, left, joined, and then wants to joined, left again, and then now he wants to join back again.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know him, Tropical Ice on Twitch. My friend Ryder, I know him.
I mean,
he wants to join AARMY because he knows how many places it's going, but then again, everyone knows.
So now we get into the interesting parts of AARMY. So one of Brian's friends from school, who made the said earlier clan that we were talking about, the Fate Clan, one of the founders of Fate Clan, his name is Ethan. He makes another clan called FaZe Jr. And right off the bat, we say, hey, nice clan. Got a lot of people in it, right? You got like 10 or 12 people, but not a good name.
Five of them were all 6 or 7 year olds, and it was my friend Ethan and Boston were the only people in it.
So we tell him, you probably shouldn't have that as your name because if you ever get big, you might run into some copyright issues, and he just tells us flat out that we're wrong. So we're playing one day. It's me, Brian, Ethan, and his best player, Boston. We're playing some just some creative together, and it comes up that we're gonna do a like a clan versus clan wager
Oh yeah.
sort of thing. So we get into box fights. Me and Brian are on a team. They're on a team. We actually ended up winning. Kind of dumpstered them. They were kind of mad about it. So
I
from
don't
that
think that
point,
was with me. That might have been with Tom.
yeah, maybe. All I know
I don't
is
remember.
AARMY won, right? They whatever happened there, they got pretty salty about it. From that point on, they would always tell us about how our clan would go nowhere, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. And you know what the funny part is? Boston and Ethan are better than me. Ethan is a little bit better than me. I can still kill him time to time, but it's not
They don't play COD, I don't think.
no, they don't play COD. That game's
So I'm just gonna tell you something. That
wait,
man steps his
Boston
booty.
actually
Either of those
sold his
guys,
PlayStation. He literally told me he
either of
sold
those
his
guys
PlayStation.
step their booty in a Warzone game, and I will literally hack their account. No cheat,
Yeah,
though. I will hack them with no cheat.
yeah.
It's not even fun.
It takes a lot of stuff to.
Especially when you're like me, man. I play on keyboard and mouse, dude. My aim is with my hand. It's hard for some people to understand.
My aim
Sometimes
is
I
with
kill
my
people and
thumb.
they sometimes I kill people and they say controller play and I say, "Yeah, okay." Nice one, yeah.
To be honest, I don't see like stuff. Another thing about that, I don't really see the advantage controller has. I think keyboard and mouse
It's
has
com-
way better mobility.
it's complicated in some things. My main concern with controller is people who play controller on PC. So they have the speed advantage of a PC, and then they can get the extra aim assist out of the controller. That's what I think the real problem is. Because aim assist on console is fine because the console isn't as fast as a PC.
Yeah,
So you've got lag issues and stuff, and that the aim assist makes up for it. But then you got people 140 FPS, 140 hertz on PC, just with also the same level of aim assist as console. They're just destroying the lobby.
yeah.
And then you can get the real big streamers that have that, but their controller's a scuff controller, and they could can bind, flip, and put in an
Three
armor plate
thousand
to a special
paddles
button.
on the 3,000 paddles in the back.
Yeah. And then you got the really bad plate people that buy straight up controllers with aimbot built into them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
And if
kind
you
of
haven't already, we actually made a video on Warzone where we got annihilated. I mean,
yeah. We got
toasted or roasted, whatever you want to call it, by hackers.
cooked by the book, as they say.
We spectated them.
Yeah,
Tom's
wanted
TikTok, actually, you can go check it out. I don't know what his name is. I believe it's
Tom.
Thomas Wood.
Tom's TikTok literally got
Blew
almost
up.
400k
Yeah,
views.
it has around 300K views, and everyone in the comments told us we were wrong. They weren't hacking. We were salty because Tom doesn't know how to record a TikTok and recorded them running and not sniping or doing anything.
One of them ended off the game with 47. The
One
other
of
one
them
ended
got
within the
taken down
30s.
for toxicity because we were telling everyone to go report this guy's name because he was cheating. But we told a lot of people to go check out the YouTube video about the hackers. A lot of people did, and a
Yeah,
lot of people were salty that they got proved wrong.
yeah.
Because there's a clip of
There was
him
no question about it.
people in the air with a car.
I
I
made
think
a TikTok of the top 5 biggest hackerish moments of that, and he literally picks up an AUG and goes, aims in, hit it, crack, hit it, kill, through a tree.
yeah.
And then he has a car. He's on top of a hospital. He aims in at the bottom of the building and instantly snaps onto the top and kills him.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. But so after that happens, that pretty much AARMY just existed after that point, after the whole the clan wars thing. And eventually we just we just stayed a Fortnite clan mostly. We had COD sections in our Discord and stuff, but we mostly just stayed a Fortnite
And
clan.
we went to Apex for a little bit, but
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
did
like
play Apex for a little bit. But the problem with
Then we got
Apex,
Valorant. But as you know, that's on PC. Soon to come to console, though. Stay tuned for that. Me and Dylan will definitely be playing Valorant because I'm pretty sure Valorant is around the same size as
Flip up
um
Tom's toenail.
what's the game called? Among Us.
It's 7 gigabytes on
There's
PC.
another game we could play for you guys if you guys want that.
Yeah.
Or something.
So we move on
Whatever
from
you
Fortnite
guys
eventually.
leave a comment about what you guys want to see. Is it
We
Fortnite? We can't really do Minecraft, but we can do Fortnite. Dylan just has to install it. We can do Warzone. Obviously, we do that every day. And we could do Cold War.
Yeah, we can
Apex
play. We
because
have.
it's cross-platform. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it has crossplay now.
You have
The only problem with Apex is solo Apex doesn't exist. You can play duos or trios or quads.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see Apex, I can download it. It's the quickest game to download.
Although if you feel like playing trios, there's a streamer I know that plays Apex and he wouldn't mind playing with me.
Yeah, and we could play trios with him too.
Anyway,
I'm not really a big fan of trios, but trios, Apex Legends. But if you guys do want to see it, leave a comment and we'll consider playing.
actually, my craziest moment on stream happened in Apex. I'm solo playing stream, random duos fill, right? This guy has no mic. They're speaking through the chat, but I have it. I have it. I don't know who it was. I have it so it reads the chat to me, right? So this guy, it first says, "Oh, how are you?" And I'm like, I say, "Oh, hello, how are you doing?" And they say, "Oh, I'm doing good." They say, then the next thing they say is, I say, "Oh, do you need some loot?" They're like, "Oh yeah, could I have some small ammo, or whatever it's called in Apex, right?" I'm like, "Sure, here you go." And then they type, "Hi, I'm 13 years old," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." And then they type, "Are you a boy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then they're like, "Okay, you sound cute." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, is that right?" And then she's like, and then it's like, "Yeah, my name's Addison. I'm 13 years old. I'm a girl." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool for you." And then she just starts saying really weird things. She's like, "I bet you're very tall." And I'm like, "Yes, I am monumental." And then at the end of the game, we're going up one of those balloon things, and she types, "If you leave this game, I will suck your peen right now, daddy." Flat out. That's exactly what they type. This is I I look at my chat, right? I have my keyboard cam on, right? I just say, I go like this. "Yeah, no, guys," and I leave the game. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." I don't want any of that stuff, That was weird. I still to this day have no idea anything about that person. I just left the game. But that was like the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me on stream.
Oh, you guys don't even want to know what the DM still gets on Instagram.
Oh yeah, those are weird too, man.
You
Not safe for not safe for work content.
Yeah, we want to sometimes make money in the future on this. Okay, we can't tell you what goes on.
So after we move on from Apex,
many shotties.
so after we move on from Apex, we start playing COD again. We download it, and it is Season 1, Chapter 2, Season 1. They pull the Fortnite on us, right?
Yeah, like really.
So we get on, we start playing. Eventually, we continue doing that. We change the clan tag to AARMY and everything. We start playing Warzone. It was fun. Obviously, Chapter 2, Season 1 was probably one of my favorite seasons. The integration with all the COD, Cold War guns.
You know what wanted me to play Warzone? I went in Jamie, my brother's room. And I saw him playing Warzone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that game exists.
Yeah.
And then he screams, knock one, and the circle is like is as big as my hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, knock one, one's running. And he pulls out his car and snipes him. And he's like, let's go. And you see they won. And I'm like, whoa, that game exists still? And he's like, yeah, I just got a dub. I'm like, damn, wish I could play that game.
Yeah, so we started playing, obviously.
Oh man, I'm skipping over a big part of this. Rewind a bit. I start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's true. So,
I get,
actually, you'll see, I believe it was June 1st, Brian started his Twitch channel. There's a video on
He
my
got like
YouTube
3
channel.
dubs my first Twitch.
There was a
You can go
video
check it
on my
out
YouTube
if you
channel, right?
want, but
It's on
like
my YouTube channel. It's literally called June 1st, 2019 or 2020. And Brian, and it's basically me just saying, go check out Brian's Twitch, link in the description. So we do our first stream. The stream probably lasted an hour and a half. We got 3 Fortnite dubs, like literally cleaned out the lobbies, like packed them out like fishes. So that went pretty well, and I believe you had like consistent viewers throughout the stream. And that started Brian's streaming career. He started streaming and streaming and streaming until the great PS4 catastrophe.
PS4 broke without a console for about 2 months or so, and Xbox, thankfully. Shout out to you, Jane. Actually, you can go check him out on YouTube. My brother has a YouTube channel. His best moments of wrestling. My brother is a wrestler. If you don't know, you can go check him out. He has many subscribers on YouTube.
I have no idea what even happened, but basically you would turn
One of
it
these
on.
days, I literally want to go see if it works still.
Basically what would happen is it started with all the games would just be slow and it would like not even work and things would just be polygons.
And that was what Warzone was doing. Warzone was literally like a tree was a cube and a triangle at the top, and the ground was just like polygons and stuff. And I'm like, I can't play this. So I deleted Warzone, and right after I deleted it, it literally said every application on my PlayStation a following error has occurred. And it shut off, went black. I turned it back on, and it said it needed an update to 7 point something. And at first, my brother factory rebooted the PlayStation like 3 times. I had to get all my stuff back, download everything, every single time. We did it 3 times.
Yeah.
Until, actually, it didn't do it. The last time, it didn't do it for a while, and we're like, wow, my PlayStation might actually be good.
So when Brian's PS4 broke, his brother gave him an Xbox One, and I'm talking like the old one, like a straight out of the goddamn 2014 factory Xbox One.
Yep.
Like that's some old stuff right there, man. You
It's
could probably find a picture of someone who's dead in that Xbox.
It's so thick.
Bro, you could literally hide inside of it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
y'all playing hide and seek, you can get inside of that Xbox and they won't find you.
And
so that is when the era of us playing pretty much games that weren't so graphically intensified. So like we played a lot of State of Decay. We played State of Decay a few times on stream.
Yeah,
Actually, my stream would pop off when I played straight. Like I would get 5 viewers
on Twitch for State of Decay.
Yeah, I would get like 5 viewers on State of Decay, and they would actually like comment. You know.
Well, that's the 5 viewers it told you. Don't forget about the 12 and
yeah.
You have users in your chat, which doesn't make sense.
We would play State of Decay, and we played World War Z for a stream too. We beat like half the levels in one stream.
Speaking of that, we can go back to that if you guys want to see the story of that.
We can restart from the beginning, or we can start where we left off.
No, man, we can't. That's the Xbox. I forgot.
It's not on PS4?
Well, it is, but we can't play together.
Really?
It's not cross-platform.
Well, that's annoying. Yeah. We also would play Minecraft together.
Yeah. You know, I still haven't seen that thing that you built, man.
Do you want to see it, or do you want me to tell you what it was?
No, keep it a secret until we ever go back to it.
Okay. So, let me think. What other games did we play during then? That was a pretty low point for AARMY, because obviously, one of the founders can't play anymore. What did we do? It's like, we just sitting there doing nothing, pretty much.
And we're not like FaZe. We didn't give up. Like, literally, the same thing happened to one of the 3 original FaZe members. His console broke, and they literally, one of them, had to do something, I think. I know one of their consoles broke, and they gave up.
Yeah.
We're still here. No matter how many downfalls I go through, the PlayStation broken, anything else that comes, I will always go back to gaming. There are so many things that have tried to stop me.
Uncle has a podcast.
You can go
It's
check that out too.
yeah, it's LSG Media, right? It's a Liberty Street Geek podcast. He basically does pretty much movie stuff.
Collab, possibly, if you guys want to see that.
There might be.
We
And
go on his podcast. He could come on our podcast. Never
so
know.
me and Brian were talking on the phone and about the Price 84 skin and how we think that's even possible, because if that's Captain Price from 1984, then he must be pretty damn old.
And
And
we wanted to do like different podcast series. Like we have this series, which this will be the first series, which will be explaining what has happened in our life and how far we've come and what we've thought of AARMY to be. And if you guys want to see more, like I said, type in the comments, leave likes, subscribe to the podcast. And we were thinking about doing game theories.
yeah, so that's what we were talking on the phone. We were like, so basically what we came up with is, I'll give you a little sneak peek, because this is probably going to end up being a podcast. I'm not going to explain the whole thing. But we basically ended up at the idea that the Price 84 skin is Captain Price's father.
I remember. We wanted to talk about like our Price 84 skin. And Dylan's like, you want to do like a game theory channel where we talk about our game theories? And we had some other stuff. I'm like, why don't we explain like about AARMY? And I just said it. We were silent thinking. And I just said, why don't we start a podcast?
Yeah.
And he's like, that's a great idea. And I'm like, well, we can have different podcast series, like I said, game theory, things that have happened in our life, like funny stories.
It took a while for us to be able to get to where we are in AARMY. A lot of stuff tried to stop us, especially on Brian's end.
Too much.
Brian has like just Brian's just has random tech issues, and then I have Tom.
Oh, I want us to be doing a podcast, and we just see Tom pound on the door.
Yeah, the only reason we're filming this right now is because Tom's not here.
And actually, that shouldn't happen. I was playing with Ethan, Boston, and Boston's little brother, and I get a notification that a friend has gone online. DILLTHANOS YT and Zippy Meerkat 93. Now, if you don't know, Zippy Meerkat 93 was a name that Dylan's, I think, phone had. It's the account he uses in Fortnite today with a different name.
Yeah, it's the same account.
DILLTHANOS YT was the original account. So me not knowing, I'm like, hold on, guys, I gotta go. I joined the DILLTHANOS YT. I'm like, Dill, you there? Because before, Dill had a mic on the Xbox, and I'm pretty sure it's the blue mic on his white shelf back there. I don't know if it's still there,
it is. Yeah.
but the blue mic. And he used to play with that, and I didn't hear anyone. And Tom says, it's Brian. I mean, no, it's Brian. It's Tom. And I'm like, Tom, why are you on the Xbox? And I'm like, Dylan's probably going to yell at you, because at the time, Tom wasn't allowed to be playing on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And then Zippy Meerkat joins. And I'm like, Tom, if you're on the Xbox, who's on the mobile? And then I hear, hello, Tom, can you hear me? And I hear Tom shout, yeah. And I'm like, Dill, is that you? And he's like, Brian, can you hear me? And I'm like, yeah. And we actually played creative.
I think that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this podcast.
That was the first podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed.
A little bit over an hour.
Next podcast is gonna be out. Our thoughts about Price 84 and the Captain Price skin, if they are father and son, if they're not.